Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
And welcome to Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon baseball on the Ranger Sports Network. An actual picture-perfect Saturday afternoon, Chamber of Commerce type weather as we sit out here at Smithson Valley's baseball field, Ranger Field, for a playoff game. Second game of the best-of-3 series against Brandeis. The Rangers won last night at Brandeis 4-3. A super game, came down to an extra run in the 8th inning where the Rangers pulled it off. Great pitching, great timely hitting, and the Rangers come in with a chance to conclude this best-of-3 series this afternoon against the Broncos of Brandeis. The Rangers sporting that 26-4 record put Tim Arguello on the mound this afternoon. Arguello comes in with a nice record of 8-0 and a 1.56 earned run average. He's given up 10 runs in 45 innings. This is his 10th start of the season. Brandeis will bring up a lineup that includes their leadoff hitter, Jalen Flores, leads them in home runs and runs batted in with 7 and 21. Again, last night the Rangers won it 4-3 to put themselves in the driver's seat this afternoon. Brandon Taylor was sharp through 5 innings, gave up some runs in the 6th, gave way, and the Rangers closed it out. So right now we'll lead it off with Jalen Flores of Brandeis. The second baseman wears number 1. He bats from the right side, and Arguello gets ready for the first pitch. The right-hander brings in a breaking ball that catches the inside corner and is headed the count 0-1. Flores on the season a .304 hitter, again with 7 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Aguilar gets the sign. Fastball fouled up and out of play on the right side, first base side, hits the net and goes back into the Brandeis dugout. Again, Arguello, the junior, readies for the 0-2. That fastball on the inner half, again fouled down the first base line. Flores, a junior, needs to get on base for this Brandeis lineup to score runs. There's a breaking ball driven back up the middle for a leadoff single. So the Broncos have their first runner to lead off the game. Second batter is David Jordan. The shortstop wears number 8. He'll also bat from the right side. Brandeis actually out-hit the Rangers last night 8-7, though the Rangers won it 4-3 in 8 innings. Broncos coached by Eric Jupe. Aguilar throws over to first to De Hoyos. Runner back in time. Another throw to first. Arguello's next pitch is driven into left field. A little looper over the third baseman's head. It will go into left field. But Fagula gets it back in to keep runners in first and second. So back-to-back singles to lead off the top of the first for the Broncos. They had 3 runs last night, all of them in the 6th inning, as Taylor got worn out. Now the 3-hole hitter, the DH, John Michael Ramirez, sports a .403 average on the season. Just 1 home run and 11 RBIs. 20 of his 29 hits this season have been singles. Aguilar spins a curveball in there for strike 1. Aguilar again looks at the sign. The runners lead from first and second. Shortstop Ruff behind the runner at second. There's another breaking ball down and away. Count goes to even at 1-1. Oh. Yeah, I have been saying that, haven't I? Tim Arguello. There's a fastball back to the pitcher. He fields it, and they've got a 1-6-3 double play. The runner does advance to third. Good job by Arguello. He bobbled it initially, then threw it to Ruff at short, and over to De Hoyos at first for a double play. But there is a runner on third base now. 1-6-3. Gives the Rangers some help now with 2 outs and a runner on third. The 4-hole hitter, Theodore Falkenberg, the sophomore at .338 on the season, hits the fastball towards first. It'll go by the first baseman, De Hoyos, and that'll drive in the first run of the game. And the Broncos get on the board first with an RBI single by Falkenberg. And they take the 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Flores scores from third. Now with 2 outs, there's a runner on first with Alex Palomino, a producer in this lineup. .324 is average, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Arguello throws a breaking ball just outside. Arguello checks the runner on first, taking a modest lead. Now brings a fastball low, and he's behind in the count, 2-0. So 3 hits here in the top of the first, 1 run in and a runner on first with 2 outs. That fastball moves inside, and the count goes to 3-0. Arguello at the stretch. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Tim has struck out 56, walked 25 in his 45 innings. Could use a punch out here. Count 3-1. That one's fouled up and down the first base side. Out of play on the right field. Down the right field line. So Arguello has fought back into the count to bring it full. Runner again, short lead at first. Palomino waits. Arguello steps off. And the 3-2 fouled sharply down the first base line. And we'll do the full count over again. Arguello, who will bat third when the Rangers come to bat, throws over to first. And to the stretch. That one must have just missed inside as it was close on 3-2, but Palomino earns the first walk. And the Broncos have runners on first and second now with 2 down. The first baseman is Sebastian Gomez. He's due up in the 6th hole, number 13, a left-handed batter, the first one we've seen. First pitch by Arguello is a bit outside. Rangers need Tim to bear down here and get this third out. There's a ground ball towards second. Should be an easy play. The throw to first is in time. 4-3 the put out. Hodges to De Hoyos, and that's the third out of the inning. But the Broncos get 1 run on 3 hits. No Ranger errors and 2 runners left on base. The Rangers will bring up the top of the order, Wells and De Hoyos and Arguello, when we come back on the Rangers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Brenda Bueno, loan assistant at Sage Capital Bank. We want to give a shout out to all the Smithson Valley coaches and teachers for all that they do. Go Rangers!
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless with Summerhill Dental. If you've been putting off going to see the dentist out of fear, I want you to know that it's time to go see your dentist. We have a procedure in place on how we intake patients and how we handle all patients to make sure everybody's experience here at our office is safe and productive. People have been afraid to go to the dentist just for a routine cleaning, but we've got you covered. It's time to come back and see your dentist. Summerhill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
The Rangers find themselves down 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. In Game 2 of this best-of-3 series, the Rangers won it last night at Brandeis 4-3. In this lineup, they'll go with the leadoff hitter, number 4, Cason Wells. The center fielder will be followed by the first baseman, David De Hoyos. Pitcher Tim Arguello bats third. Garrett Brooks, the DH, fourth. Ethan Gonzalez, the catcher in the 5-hole. Christian Keller, the right fielder, bats sixth. Batting seventh and playing third base is John Garza. Ryan Ruff, last night's hero, is the shortstop, and he bats eighth. And Cameron Hodges is the second baseman. He'll bat ninth in the batting order. Andrew Fagala plays left field, and that's who the DH Brooks is batting for. Wells will lead it off against the starter for Brandeis, Lance Gorman. On the season, 5-3, a 4.30 ERA. This is his 11th start. Similar to their starter last night, he has a 5-3 record. Wells on the season has his average to .435, a team best 5 home runs. And he'll lead it off. Catcher Williams out going through some final conversation with his pitcher Gorman. Wells waits at the plate. Williams back behind the plate, and our umpire says let's go. 4 men in black tonight, this afternoon on the bases and behind the plate, one everywhere. So Wells digs in, the leadoff hitter for the Rangers. Waits for Gorman's first delivery. Swings and misses at a fastball up in his numbers. Wells on the season, that .435 average, 10 doubles, 7 triples, and 5 home runs. Looks at another fastball, similar location, and the count is 0-2. So Gorman gets his sign. Infield straight away, outfield straight away. Wells looks at a breaking ball, one hops it to the second baseman. Flores comes up with it, throws it to Gomez at first, and that's the first out of the Rangers' first inning. Brings up the first baseman, David De Hoyos, the sophomore with a .440 average, 3 home runs. The second-year Ranger played safety in football. Likes this baseball game as well. The right-handed batter asks for time as Gorman takes his time getting the sign. De Hoyos last night, 2 for 3 with a run scored. There's a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Noticed in the starting lineups when they announced the batters and the fielders that the Broncos have some good-looking athletes out there in their blue and orange, gray pants, blue top with orange numerals and letters, UTSA-type colors because they're School is out there by UTSA. It's another one hopper to the mound, and against De Hoyos, Gorman has thrown 3 straight balls. Rangers looking for base runners, down 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Gorman shakes his head a couple of times. Now gets the sign. The 3-0 delivery is a breaking ball in there for a strike. The count goes to 3-1. Gorman again to the wind. Another breaking ball hits in front of the batter's box. And on first base with a walk is De Hoyos. Brings up the Ranger pitcher, junior Tim Arguello.
Pitcher, number 19, Tim Arguello.
The left-handed batting Arguello bats .382 on the season, 3 home runs, 26 runs batted in. He and Wells tied with the lead in RBI with 26. Another throw to first. De Hoyos is back in. No, they call him out. Goodness. So De Hoyos is in the second attempt is picked off first base by Gorman. So Arguello's now up with 2 outs and the base is empty. Gorman again gets the sign. It's another ball in the dirt. So Gorman gets some help on his own by throwing out the base runner at first. Now 2 outs, the base is empty. There's a breaking ball way outside. Didn't follow through very good, didn't pull it down. And Arguello is heading ahead in the count at 2-0. The junior watches ball 3 go inside. And now digs in and waits for a 3-0 pitch from Gorman. Gorman to the wind. That one's low and away. And after walking De Hoyos, he walks Arguello, this time on 4 pitches. Rangers have another base runner for senior Garrett Brooks.
Designated hitter, number 9, Garrett Brooks.
The DH. Arguello gets a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher entering, that's number 20,
Cade Hansen will be the runner at first. Brooks steps in. .383, the left-hander's average on the season. And they pick him off. So just like De Hoyos, Arguello is picked off first base as Gorman's move. Home plate umpire making some signs. Asking, and they're telling the players to get back on the field. I don't know if we're gonna, I don't know what we're doing here. But Arguello stands at first base. Don't know if there was time called. Not real sure what happened. But Brooks steps back into the plate.
Still batting number 9, designated hitter, Garrett Brooks.
And Arguello's still at first. So many different things could have happened. My guess is somebody called time before the play. There's a ball in the dirt, gets away. The catcher picks it up finally. 1 hops, 2 hops the ball to second base, but Arguello is in there. So the wild pitch gets Arguello to second base. The count's 1-0 to Brooks, who bats with 2 outs and a runner on second now. Thought the inning was over when it appeared as though Arguello was picked off first, but not real sure why, but I have to believe time was called, and that way the pickoff was not accepted. Arguello then moves to second on the wild pitch, and Brooks is in now with a chance to tie the score with a base hit. Shortstop Jordan, second baseman Flores trying to keep Arguello close. Brooks looks like a changeup. Goes in for strike one, and the count is even at 1-1. Bottom of the first. Brandeis Sports a 1-0 lead. Rangers with a runner on second and 2 out. Have Brooks at the plate. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball in there for strike 2. So Brooks finds himself down in the count at 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. The senior back in the box. Has 11 doubles and 2 home runs, his extra base hits this season. Now steps away as Gorman can't agree on a sign. Arguello's on second with 2 outs. Brooks at the plate. Gorman shakes a couple of times. Now appears to we don't know if he's got his sign yet. Finally goes to the stretch, but Brooks then asks for time. Not real sure why Williams and Gorman can't find the pitch he wants. He has shaken his head an awful lot here in the bottom of the first. Brooks back in the box. Arguello gets his lead from second. Gorman. There's a fly ball to center. Has some carry towards the wall. It's flying out of here. A 2-run home run for Garrett Brooks. His 3rd home run on the season. And RBIs number 23 and 24. The pinch runner running for Arguello scores in front of Brooks, and the Rangers have a 2-1 lead. The left-hander hit a shot over the deepest part of the outfield in straightaway center field, just to the left of the sign and the flagpole. Not too far from our center field camera for sure. Brings up Ethan Gonzalez, the catcher. Looks at a pitch that one-hops the catcher, Williams. Gonzalez, .403 his batting average. The sophomore with 1 home run and 22 runs batted in. The 5th batter in the inning. The Rangers have grabbed a 2-1 lead. There's a breaking ball. Must have missed outside and low. And Gonzalez ahead in the count 2-0. Ethan Gonzalez, a sophomore. 2 sophomores in the starting lineup. Gorman's fastball goes back to the screen as it one-hops the catcher again. And the count is 3-0. So the Rangers at one point were walking off the field with 3 batters and 3 outs. Now they have a 2-1 lead. That curveball that catches the outside corner. According to our home plate umpire, not real sure it did. It looked like the catcher's caught it inside the left-handed batter's box. Nonetheless, it's 3-1 to Gonzalez. The Rangers catcher waits for the 3-1 delivery. There's another curveball. This one catches the inside corner, and the count is full at 3-2. I know Ethan's thinking right now that plate got awful wide in this at bat. I hope I see it in the second when I'm behind the plate. Gorman again to the stretch, the 3-2 pitch. Another breaking ball. It'll one-hop the shortstop and eat him up. There's a single by Gonzalez, and the Rangers continue their first inning. Sharp one-hopper. Shortstop Jordan went down to a knee, but it went over his right shoulder and over his glove, I should say. Courtesy runner for Gonzalez.
Number 16,
That's Wyatt Hansen will go run for Gonzalez. Home plate umpire marking down the courtesy runner for the catcher. Brings up senior Christian Keller, the right fielder.
Stepping to the plate, right fielder,
Sports number 21 is averaged .314 on the season with 2 home runs and 18 runs batted in. The big right fielder digs in with 2 outs and a runner on first. The second batter after the 2-run home run by Garrett Brooks. Another throw to first. This one gets away, goes down the right field line. Hansen rounds second. He's going to try for third. It's picked up. It'll one-hop the bag, but not in time. It's cut off. And on a 2-base throwing error by the pitcher, Gonzalez's runner, Hansen, is now at third base. So without a pitch to Keller, again we have action as Gorman tries to pick up Hansen at first base, and Coach Eric Jupe is out on the mound trying to calm his infield down. So Jupe ends his meeting at the mound, but not until the Rangers have fought back after giving up a run in the first, top of the first. They've bounced back thanks to Brooks. Garrett Brooks, 2-run home run. They lead it 2-1 after, not quite after 1 inning, with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Christian Keller, the senior, steps back in the box, now with a runner on third and 2 out. So any kind of a hit now likely to bring home another run for the Rangers. Gorman goes back to the windup. There's a fly ball to left, way high in the air, sailing towards the line, going foul, and over the fence, but foul, says the third base umpire. Now, he said it went around the pole. I don't know that it could because it was sailing from right to left, and the Rangers are not happy with that one at all. That ball had to go in fair. If it went over the fence, it had to be fair. It couldn't have blown. The wind is going from second to third. So definitely blowing in from center, in from right field. So the wind would have carried it to the left. They're saying it's a foul ball. There is no way it goes around the left field pole because the wind's going totally opposite of that, and the flag is straight out, blowing probably as much in from center as it is in from right, but there's no way the ball would tail. Anyway, it's a foul ball. And the count's 0-1. So Keller got more of that than it looked initially off the bat. Gorman trying to get out of trouble with a runner on third and 2 outs. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. The catcher again can't find it, but it's right at his feet. Count is now even at 1-1. So Gorman struggling now after a couple of, well, he got a ground out for the first batter, then he walked a batter, picked him off, walked Arguello, apparently picked him off, but time was called, so that didn't happen. Then a wild pitch later and a 2-run home run, and the Rangers lead it 2-1 with a runner on third and 2 outs. Gorman's fastball fouled foul territory down the right field line. And the second baseman looked like he had it. As soon as he went to the ground, though, it pops out. So just a long foul ball. Count goes to 1-2, but Keller has life again. That one real close to the right field line, but definitely foul. Keller has life. Count goes to 1-2. Rangers lead it 2-1. We're bottom of the first. Gorman again. Out of the windup. The 1-2 pitch. In the air to left. That's got some air under it. The left fielder back to the wall. He watches it over. And back-to-back 2-run home runs by the Rangers have given them a 4-1 lead, still in the bottom of the first. The courtesy runner scores, then Keller will score on home runs by Brooks and now Keller, And the Rangers lead it 4-1, still 2 outs. Off of Lance Gorman. Third baseman John Garza will step in. But the Rangers, plenty of life on that third base dugout now after home runs by Brooks with a runner on, and then one by Keller with a runner on. Garza wears number 8, the senior. Steps in out of the 7 hole, looks at a fastball, that one's upstairs. Garza with 13 runs batted in, 8 doubles on the year. Looks at a curveball that catches the plate, and the count's even at 1-1. Home run by Brooks over the center field wall. Home run by Keller over the left field wall. That fastball, they say Garza doesn't believe it. They say it catches the inside corner as the plate remains wide here in the bottom of the first, so we'll hope that'll be good things to come for pitchers. There's a breaking ball hit on a rope down the third base line, but foul. Will bound down into the corner into fair territory. The left fielder will have to go get it because it's about 20 feet into the field of play. Ranger will go down and catch the throw and take it to the dugout as Garza steps back in. The count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gorman in the stretch. Fastball away, evens the count at 2-2. Again, time called by Garza as Gorman has a hard time getting his sign. Somewhere around 25 pitches here in the bottom of the first. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Runs the count full. 2 outs, bases empty now. The Rangers have grabbed a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. Garza, the 7th hitter in the lineup, waits for a full count pitch from Gorman. That one's in the dirt, and it's ball 4. Third walk of the inning. Been 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks. Rangers shortstop Ryan Ruff, who had the big game last night, 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. He had a home run and then the RBI in the 8th that proved to be the winning run. Ryan Ruff, senior shortstop. 4 home runs, 18 runs batted in on the season. Curveball outside. Too rough. Swings and misses. The count goes even at 1-1. Shortstop batting .239 on the season. The 8th hitter in the lineup. Rangers 1 batter shy of batting around. Garza gets his lead from first, and there's a fastball upstairs. Count goes 2-1. 2 outs, a runner on first. Rangers with 4 runs in on home runs by Brooks and Keller lead it 4-1. Breaking ball in the air towards left. It's got some carry. Will the wind push it foul? It does. And let me just say, if I know I've said it, but the wind is just howling out of right center field towards the third base line. Counts 2-2 to Ruff. With a runner on first and 2 out, Gorman again steps off the rubber. Ruff waits to the stretch. The 2-2 delivery in the air, popped up, back behind home plate. The catcher, William, chases it towards the screen, but it'll come over the screen and be foul behind the plate. Into the Brandeis crowd just to the right side of home plate. So Ruff gets his sign from the coach at third, steps back in. Counts 2-2 with 2 outs. So Deuce is on the scoreboard with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner on first. And number 2 at the plate. There's one in the dirt. The runner will advance to second. The throw not in time. So Garza goes to second. We call that a stolen base, or is it a wild pitch? Was he going on the play? He went, so stolen base for Garza gets him to second base. Ruff now with an RBI chance. Catcher goes out. Second baseman Flores comes in. They have a little meeting at the mound with a runner now on second. 2 outs, full count to senior Ryan Ruff, the second baseman. Looking for a base hit or ball 4 here. Gorman's 3-2 pitch is a fastball hit off the end of the bat. Foul down the first base side. Count stays full at 3-2. Unofficially, Gorman nearing his 30th pitch of this first inning, and a half a dozen to 10 throws to the bases. Pop up behind the plate, again back towards out of play. That's 41, so they tell me that was his 41st pitch. So again, I'm unofficial. I'm just trying to keep it in a scorebook. And he is a freshman, by the way. Lance Gorman, 19, is a freshman on this Brandeis squad. Struggling here in the first. His ERA of 4.5 has gone up. No doubt. And all 4 runs will be earned at this point. The only error was his throwing error towards first. And there's a ball that hits Ruff in the backside. He'll go to first base. So the hit by pitch puts runners on first and second with the 9-hole hitter, senior Cameron Hodges, due up. And I think that Gorman has seen the end of his day. The freshman will bow out with 2 outs, 4 runs in, and 2 runners on base. And looks like number 4, Robbie Vela, will be the new pitcher. We'll take a timeout. We'll tell you about him when we come back. The Rangers lead at 4-1. We're still in the bottom of the first on the Rangers Sports Network.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm so excited to welcome Dermatology San Antonio to Smithson Valley.
I think we made a great decision.
You know, you have a beautiful office, but I brought a few things that I think you're really going to like. Wall, are you here to welcome Dermatology San Antonio to Smithson Valley as well?
No, I'm here for my 3 o'clock Diamond Glow facial.
Principal Wall.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi score quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs.
Okay. And we're back at Ranger Field. The new pitcher, number 4, Robbie Vela.
Cameron Hodges.
1 and 2 on the season. He started a couple. He's come in relief 4 other games. He's pitched 12 2/3 innings with 14 earned runs, a 7.74 ERA. He does have 17 strikeouts, but he's walked 27 batters, so he hasn't been ultra successful. But he comes in here with 2 runners on and 2 outs, but it's the bottom of the first. Vela steps off the rubber after going to the stretch. He's just a sophomore, by the way. The starting pitcher for Brandeis was a freshman. He sported a 15-11 record coming into this series, finishing 4th in their district. There's a fastball upstairs for ball 1. They gave the Rangers everything they wanted last night. After the Rangers finally won 4-3 in 8 innings, they come in here, scored a run in the top of the first, but the Rangers have answered. They've scored so far 4 runs on a couple of home runs, a walk, and a hit batsman. Puts 2 runners on base now. The 9-hole hitter, Cameron Hodges, steps up with 2 on and 2 out. Hodges, a .288 hitter on the season. Takes a 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Vela goes to the stretch. The runners take their lead. The 2-1 deliveries outside for ball 3. Top of the order, Wells is due up next if Hodges can get on base. Vela with the stretch. There's a ball fouled back to the screen off the catcher's helmet. So Hodges right on that one. Vela gets another baseball, and we'll do the 3-2 pitch all over again. Runners again will be on the move. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Hodges waits. That one's inside. They'll throw to third, but the runners advance on the walk. So the Rangers have loaded the bases after home runs by Brooks and Keller. Now a walk, a hit batsman, and another walk brings us to the top of the order.
Now batting number 4, center fielder, Jason Wells.
And the Rangers look to add even more. Cason Wells, who grounded out to second almost harmlessly on the 3rd pitch of the first inning by Gorman, now steps in after 40-some pitches by Gorman, and now Vela takes a first pitch ball down low. And just like Gorman, Vela's keeping the ball down in the dirt a lot. Catcher Williams has paid his dues already today, and we're still in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 hit in a rope down the right field line. This one's off the wall. 1 run's in. A second run one will score. Wells will step into second. 2 more runs for the Rangers on the 2-run double by Cason Wells. Now with 28 runs batted in on the season. David De Hoyos.
22, first baseman, David De Hoyos.
So it's 6-1. Rangers now with a runner on second and third. And the 2-hole hitter, De Hoyos, steps in, takes the ball outside. De Hoyos reached on a walk, but then was picked off by Gorman for the second out of the first inning. And we haven't had another out since. There's a ground ball to short. Will be fielded by Jordan. His throw to first gets to Hoyos. And the 6-3 put out is the third out of the inning. The Rangers get 6 runs on 3 hits. 1 hit, 2 runs left on base. So after 1 complete inning, it's 6-1 Rangers on the Rangers Sports Network.
Coach Shin!
I'm awake.
I think it's time we call Dr. Bayless at Summerhill Dental. He can help you with that snoring. You might have sleep apnea. I'm going to make you an appointment right now.
Yeah, okay.
Dr. Bayless and Snoring Solutions can help you get a good night's sleep without the use of CPAP machines or surgery. Visit Snore Solutions today.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
And Tim Arguello goes back to the mound. After leaving the mound down 1-0, he goes back for the top of the second, up 6-1, as the Rangers put up a 6 spot in the bottom of the first inning. And by the way, if you're wondering like I was, and I will tell you, the Wells shot would have been a home run if not for the 20-mile-an-hour winds coming down that first base line that kept that ball in the playing field and gave him a 2-run double.
Trent Williams.
So we're now to the 7-hole hitter for the Broncos. Junior Trent Williams, the catcher, sends a fly ball to right. Keller will grab it for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Brings up the third baseman, Joey Ruiz. The junior Ruiz hits .264 on the season. Last night he was like Williams, both of them 0 for 3. Strike 1. As Arguello with a 6-1 lead can throw a lot of strikes right now. Let his defense do the work. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Rangers lead at 6-1. 0-2 pitch from Arguello to Ruiz in the air on the infield. I think the catcher might have it. Shading his son, the pitcher actually. Arguello comes in and catches it. Ethan Gonzalez had thrown his mask, was looking straight into the sun, fought it a couple of times, and I think Arguello noticed that was going to be a tough fielding play for Gonzalez, so he came in, and the pop to 1 is the second out of the inning.
That'll bring up right fielder number 14, Will Foss.
So the 9-hole hitter is Will Foss. Number 14, the senior right fielder, bats .417 on the season. Takes the first pitch, strike by Arguello. Working quickly now. Tim sends a breaking ball just inside. Counts even at 1-1. There's a fastball swung on and missed by Fox. Up in his eyes. Kind of flailed at it, not very successfully. 1-2. As Arguello continues to work quickly with that 6-1 lead. Guessing fastball here. Swings and misses, strike 3. It's the first strikeout of the game for Arguello. The Broncos go down 1-2-3 in the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. The Rangers lead it 6-1 on the Rangers Sports Network.
in.
I'm awake.
I think it's time we call Dr. Bayless at Summerhill Dental. He can help you with that snoring. You might have sleep apnea. I'm going to make you an appointment right now.
Yeah, okay.
Dr. Bayless and Snoring Solutions can help you get a good night's sleep without the use of CPAP machines or surgery. Visit Snore Solutions today.
Since 1966, Midtex Oil has kept the Lone Star State moving. Local businesses and industry count on Midtex Oil to deliver the highest quality fuel and fluids reliably and responsibly. And we know you rely on Midtex Oil to be where you need us, when you need us. Fisher's, Pit Stop, Blue Sky. We are Midtex Oil.
And the Rangers lead at 6-1. There's head coach Chad Cale, who witnessed his team falling down 1-0 in the top of the first, but watched his team battle back from a near 1-2-3 first inning to hit home runs by Brooks and Keller and a 2-run double by Wells. They lead at 6-1. Now, pitcher Tim Arguello steps in, the left-handed hitting batter, the junior, who was walked his first time up. Ended up scoring the first run for the Rangers. Now seeing a new pitcher, Robbie Vela. The sophomore brings a fastball. Said it catches the inside corner, but it was over the chalk of the batter's box when it crossed the plate. Fortunately, we have a really good look here behind the plate. The 1-1 pitch fouled down the third base line. And the count is 1-2. Robbie Vela, right-handed sophomore, brings a 1-2 delivery back to the screen. Catcher couldn't even get that one. One hops the concrete blocks, bounces right back to him. Count goes to 2-2. Vela again out of the windup. Gets his sign. Brings that one upstairs for ball 3. So the leadoff batter in the second for the Rangers, Arguello, steps back in the box, waits for a 3-2 delivery from Vela, and he swings and misses at a ball outside. Goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Arguello trying to slap that one into left field, missed it. And the first strikeout of the game for Bronco pitching. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Garrett Brooks, the senior, with a 2-run home run. His third home run of the season. Bats with 1 out and the base is empty. A big left-hander. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Big right-hander, DH in tonight, has signed a baseball scholarship to play at UTSA. Waits for the curveball and fouls it down the third base side. Takes the count to 0-2. Starting running back for the football team till he broke his leg, I believe, early in the season and was taken out, was unable to finish the football season, flourishing here in the baseball season. Left-handed hitter waits. The 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. With RBIs 23 and 24. He now waits for a 1-2. That one outside, evens the count at 2-2. The catcher one-hops the pitcher on the throw back to the mound. Gets away. Second baseman Flores will come up and gather it for him. Robbie Vela sends one inside and another full count. Vela again gets his sign. The full count pitch. Fouled up and out of play by Brooks. Brooks, who hit the shot straight over the center field wall for his 3rd home run of the season. Waits for ball 4. Now he earns a walk, so a home run and a walk. He's on first base with 1 out. Brings up the catcher, Ethan Gonzalez. The sophomore hitting Gonzalez. That's .403 on the season. He had a single back in the first.
For SB, number 28, your catcher, Ethan Gonzalez.
Ended up scoring on the 2-run home run by Christian Keller, who waits on deck. 1 out, 1 on for the Rangers. Vela to the stretch. Gonzalez hits it in the air to center field. Looks like it'll stay in the park. It'll go off the wall. Palomino couldn't make the catch. Brooks will dig in for 3rd on the double by Ethan Gonzalez. For Gonzalez, his 8th double of the season. Rangers now have 2 runners on, as again a courtesy runner, and that looks like that's Wyatt Hansen again, will go in and run for Gonzalez. The lead 6-1. Rangers have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, and Christian Keller, who has his 3rd home run back in the first and now has 20 runs batted in on the season, steps in with 2 on and 1 out. The right fielder, the tall right-hander, waits for Robbie Vela's first pitch. Fastball fouled straight back to the screen. Keller will step back in. Infield is in on the infield. The outfield wall, their outfielders all closer to the wall than anything. There's a breaking ball that goes outside. Counts even at 1-1. Keller again. Digs back in. Vela with the 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. Garza and Ruff due up next for the Rangers, who lead this one 6-1, trying to add to that lead. Vela to the wind. That one to right center. It's got some air under it. It's going back towards the wall. It's off the wall. Hits the base of the wall. 1 runner will score. They'll hold the runner at 3rd as the throw comes in and almost gets thrown away. So the Rangers get another double. This one by Keller off the right field wall. And they've added a run. It's 7-1. Keller's on 2nd, Gonzalez on 3rd. John Garza, the 3rd baseman, due up. He walked last time up, scored a run.
Number 8, John Garza.
Rangers doing their best to shorten this game up by putting plenty of runs on the board. The infield stays in. That one outside for ball 1 to Garza, the 3rd baseman, number 8. 273 average. Looking for some runs batted in here. He has 8 on the season. Pardon me, he has 13 on the season. There's a ball outside. It's 2-0. First base is open, but I'm not sure that's any place he needs, that Vela needs to put. I don't think he needs to put any more runners on. The Rangers are doing a pretty good job of that themselves. 1 out, 2 on. Vela again with the wind and the pitch. That one must have been upstairs. It's called ball 3. Looked awful good from here. So Vela's got to climb out of the hole here with 2 on and 1 out. The infield on the edge of the grass. 3-0 pitch. Hits him in the shoulder. So Ruff will take his, or Garza, I'm sure Garza will take his base for the second time tonight, this afternoon. Pretty sure that hit him in the shoulder. So Garza takes his base on the hit batsman. The bases are now loaded for the 8-hole hitter, Ryan Ruff. He was hit by a pitch back in the first.
Stepping in for the Rangers, shortstop number 2, Ryan Ruff.
Ruff waits, the first pitch outside on a breaking ball. 7-1, Rangers lead this one. The bases are loaded with 1 out. 1 run in here in the bottom of the second. Ryan Ruff, who had 2 hits and 2 RBI last night, pops it up first base side. First baseman Gomez calls for it. He collides with the catcher. First baseman Gomez comes up with it. It's the second out of this second inning on the pop-up in foul territory. Bases remain loaded for the second baseman, Cameron Hodges. He was walked back in the first.
For the Rangers, second baseman number 12, Cameron Hodges.
Swings at a breaking ball, low and away, strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 out. Rangers have scored a run to make it 7-1, but still have 3 runners on base. 9-hole hitter Cameron Hodges waits for the 0-1 pitch. Ropes it towards third. Third baseman will do a good job of just grabbing it on 1 hop, and Ruiz puts the put out. 5 unassisted at third base. That's the end of the second inning. Rangers get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 3 runners left on base. It's 7-1 after 2 complete. We're back to the top of the third on the Rangers Sports Network.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi Score Quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Maybe you're a power user with a modern home office and all the latest tech. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
Hi, I'm Brenda Bueno, loan assistant at Sage Capital Bank. We want to give a shout out to all the Smithson Valley coaches and teachers for all that they do. Go Rangers!
And we're back to Ranger Field. The Rangers lead this one 7-1 as we go to the third. Rangers with 6 runs in the first, got another run in the second. Pitcher Tim Arguello, who gave up that leadoff single and then ended up having the Broncos score a run in the top of the first, is now retired 4 batters in a row. A 1-2-3 second. After he recorded the final out of the first, has a 4-out in a row string going. Back to the top of the order, the Broncos go with their leadoff hitter, Jalen Flores.
Leading off the top of the third, that's the second baseman, number 1, Jalen Flores.
The junior Flores singled and scored the only Brandeis run back in that first inning. Fouls this one back to the screen on the first offering by Arguello. Big right-hander Tim Arguello winds. The 0-1 pitch hits him. Flores made no effort to get out of the way, so he'll take the free base running pass on the hit batsman and gives them a leadoff batter for the second time in 3 innings. Brings up the 2-hole hitter, the shortstop David Jordan. Jordan, who singled
David Jordan
back in the first. He was then wiped out on a double play ball by Ramirez. Now bats with nobody out here in the third. Flores on first. Fastball grown towards short. Ruff had moved the other way. He moved up in the middle on the pitch, and then it was driven into the hole at short. So back-to-back base runners on the hit batsman, and then a single for the Broncos, and they have 2 runners on for the 3-hole hitter, the DH, John Michael Ramirez. He hit into a double play, 1-6-3 back in the first, but he has a 4.03 average coming into the weekend. Number 5, John Michael Ramirez. 2 on, nobody out for the Broncos. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Arguello has to dig out of this one now with a couple of runners on and nobody out. Still has the 7-1 lead, so he can continue to throw strikes and let his defense do the work. Fastball sails outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the third hitter, the 3-hole hitter for the Broncos here in the third. Arguello gets the sign to the stretch. Runners take their lead. And the batter steps out. Arguello to the stretch, the 1-1. Breaking ball in the ear to left. That's got some air under it, and it's out of here. The bomb is a 3-run home run. And just like that, the Broncos are back in this one. 7-4 now in the top of the third. The 3-hole hitter, that's only his 2nd home run of the season. He's got a body to him that makes you think he'll hit a lot of them. Turns around and says something to the catcher. Not real sure what that was about. So, just like that, the Broncos back in the game. It's 7-4. The base is empty. Still nobody out here in the third.
Number 15, Theodore Falkenberg.
Arguello back to work against Theodore Falkenberg. He hits a ground ball to short through Garza's legs. And that's an E5. And the Broncos have another base runner. Should have been the first out of the inning. About a 3 or 4 hopper to third that Garza just didn't stay down on. Brings up the center fielder, Alex Palomino. He was walked back in the first.
Fielder number 7, Alex Palomino.
Stranded at first after that walk. He now bats with the bases, with a runner on first, and nobody out. Arguello snaps a throw to first, not in time. Again, no one out, a runner on first. Palomino, the batter. Arguello to the stretch. His first pitch is a breaking ball in for strike 1. So strike 1 the count to the senior center fielder. After a 3-run home run by Ramirez. It's kind of a pitch out. They wanted to throw to first, but it's just ball 1. I don't know if the coaches thought that Falkenberg might be running on the play. I did see where Brandeis has 58 stolen bases on the season, so they do like to run. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back in the dirt behind the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. Tim Arguello tries to work himself out of a tough third inning. 3 runs in, a runner on first, no one out. The right-hander checks the runner at first into the stretch. And the 1-2 delivery in the dirt. Count even at 2-2. Gonzalez did a nice job of getting down and keeping that ball in front of him. Rangers for a chance to fight through this weekend and get out with a win right here and not have to play a second game. There's a breaking ball for strike 3. Snap throw to first. Won't be in time. One hops the first baseman to Hoyas. So a strikeout is out number 1. Brings up the first baseman, senior Sebastian Gomez. He grounded out to the second baseman to end the first inning after they had scored a run and had 2 runners on base.
Number 13, Sebastian Gomez.
Gomez, .328 his average. Has a runner on first with 1 out. 3 runs in, it's 7-4 Rangers. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Arguello trying to get ahead of the batters. A couple of first strike pitches in a row. The left-handed batter squares to bunt, then pulls it back. It's ball 1. Count 1-1 with a runner on first and 1 out. Gomez waits for Arguello's 1-1. The runner's going. He slaps it down the third base line. That'll be good for extra bases. The runner will round third. They're going to send him home. The cutoff throw will not be cut off, but he'll slide in safe anyway. The third baseman let the ball go, and it got to Gonzalez on 1 hop. But the runner, Falkenberg, raced around the bases and scored on the 1-out double by Gomez, and it's a 7-5 score. Still 1 out, still 1 runner on. It's 7-5 on the RBI double by Gomez. 4 runs in on the inning. Gonzalez will go out and talk with Arguello. The shortstop and the second baseman also in on the conversation. Hodges and Ruff trying to get Arguello through this third inning. 1 out, 1 on, a runner on second. 4 runs in for the Broncos. They made it a 7-5 game. The batter is the catcher, Trent Williams.
Now batting, number 21, catcher Trent Williams.
Arguello's first pitch. Ground ball up the middle. They'll fake the throw, but then throw to first, and De Hoyos digs it out of the dirt. So 6-3 on the putout is the second out of the inning. The runner does advance to third. Ruff thought about going to throw behind him, but made a better choice and got the out. And the third baseman, Joey Ruiz, now steps up. He popped out behind the plate, caught by the pitcher, Arguello. First pitch, fastball for strike 1, swung on and missed by Ruiz. Arguello with the runner on third, back to the windup. Another fastball, this one in the dirt, stopped by Gonzalez, and the count goes even at 1-1. Seven to 5 Rangers. A 2-run lead with 2 outs here in the top of the third. There's a breaking ball low for ball 2. So 2-1 the count with a runner on third. Junior Tim Arguello to the windup. Fastball in the air to center. Wells going back towards the track. He's got a beat on it, and that's out number 3. Fly ball to center field finishes the inning, but not before the Broncos put 4 runs on the board on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 2.5 complete, it's 7-5 Rangers on the Rangers Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
And we're back to Ranger Field. The Rangers have the lead, but it's now 7-5 after a 4-run top of the third by the Broncos. Rangers won last night 4-3 at Brandeis. So we bat in the bottom of the third with a 7-5 lead, and we're back to the top of the order. And center fielder Cason Wells, the junior, has a ground out to second and an RBI 2-run double. It was back in the first. Bats here to lead it off in the bottom of the third and takes ball 1. Cason Wells, the leadoff hitter. There's ball inside, kind of the stick that stirs the Rangers' batting order with the leadoff spot, but still a lot of sticks in that paint can. Fouls this one on 2-0, back up and out of play. Yes, we can talk today on a Saturday afternoon. Again, Chamber of Commerce weather out here at Ranger Field. Beautiful to be exact. Sunny and about 84 degrees. Wells waits for the 2-1. There's a rope to right center. This one's got some carry. They'll watch it go over the fence. This time he knocked it through the wind. Cason Wells, who has a 2-run double, now has a solo home run on this hitter's delight of a Saturday afternoon. The solo shot makes it 8-5. His 6th home run of the season. Cason Wells. So the Rangers get one of those 4 runs back with a leadoff home run by Wells. Now the first baseman, sophomore David DeHoyos, the team's leading batter by batting average at .440 coming into the weekend, was 2 for 3 last night. Takes the ball upstairs. So far tonight, he walked, was picked off first, and grounded out 6-3 to end that first inning. He now bats with the bases empty and nobody out. Takes a strike over the outside corner to even the count at 1-1 as he bats here in the bottom of the third. De Hoyos waits. Vela brings a 1-1 breaking ball outside. He had a 2-1 count to Wells when he hit one over the right field wall. De Hoyos looks for a 2-1 offering from Vela here. That one off the catcher's glove. It didn't look like a bad pitch, but the catcher didn't hang on to it, so it's ball 3. 3-1 the count. So De Hoyos steps back in. Wells gets back and gets his sign. The 3-1 delivery. Up and away for ball 4.
Taking a walk there with number 22.
So to answer the 4-run third by the Broncos,
number 19, Tim Arguello.
the Rangers have hit a home run and earned a walk. So a runner on first with nobody out. Tim Arguello, the pitcher, who has walked and struck out in 2 at-bats. Scored a run after that walk in the first. Scored on Brooks' home run. Waits for a first pitch fastball outside. Arguello, who is again grounded out to short and walked, would love to put a bat on one here. 8-5, Rangers back up by 3. Would love to add on to that after a 4-run third by the Broncos. He swings and misses at a fastball up and away. Again, he struck out to lead off the second, had walked in the first and scored a run. The 1-1 pitch is low. The runner's going and will steal second base. De Hoyos gets the stolen base. Coach Kale out to talk with his batter, I believe. First base umpire comes out and cleans off the rubber a little bit. A couple of Ranger coaches not real sure what they're talking about. A lot of conversations out there tonight. Coach Kale's laughing as he talks to the home plate umpire. Not sure it was anything serious, even though it could have been almost looked serious when they first all moved out there. The count's 2-1 is maybe the conversation of how that was a strike on the stolen base. I don't know. 2-1 the count. Arguello waits. Bayless 2-1 delivery upstairs for ball 3. Arguello digs back in, trying to add to his .382 average. Hits a pop-up on the infield. Coming foul, Wynn taking it down the third base line. Third baseman Ruiz gave it a try, but I don't think he came up with it. Right there by the dugout rail and out of play. Obviously the Rangers weren't going to get out of his way, but he couldn't reach in there and grab it, so count moves full at 3-2. Now Coach Jupe out to home plate umpire went out and talked with Ruiz, probably to ask him if he was interfered with, as the Broncos coach looked like he wanted that conversation as well. Apparently no harm, no foul, no play. So full count pitch from Vela. A rope to right field. The right fielder comes in and he makes the catch. Did they call it out? The runner from second base is out as well. It'll be a double play. And that's 2 outs. An absolute rope by Arguello. Caught by the right fielder for out number 1. And then De Hoyos is out 9-6 for the double play. So with 1 run in, there's now 2 out. And Garrett Brooks, the DH, is up. He has a 2-run home run and has earned a walk. Takes ball 1. Rangers have added 1 run to make it 8-5, but really need to get some more as the Broncos put up a 4 spot. To, for the moment, climbed within 2. Now it's a 3-run game. Brooks takes a breaking pitch away. This one wasn't called a strike. A lot of those that have curved back in to catch the outside corner have been called strike. That one must have been up. So Brooks waits for the 2-0 delivery from Vela. That one over the outside corner with a fastball is strike 1. So a strange double play on the line out to right field by Arguello. De Hoyos running on the play, thinking it wouldn't be caught. Brooks swings through a fastball for strike 2. And De Hoyos was doubled up as he was nearly home by the time the right fielder got up and threw to second base, and the shortstop Jordan stepped on the bag. Brooks fouls this one up out of play down the third base side. Chased by Ruiz, but fouled up into the parking lot. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball 3 on a pitch inside. And the count goes full. The ball gets past the catcher back towards the screen. Gonzalez will be on deck better. Will track it down and bring it back to the dugout area. Brooks waits, full count pitch inside. Ball 4. Brooks has earned his second walk of today. So the Rangers have a runner with 2 outs. And Ethan Gonzalez, who had a double back in the second inning to left center field. Also had a single in the first, so he's 2 for 2. Last night he was 1 for 3. That fastball's low and away for ball 1. Bottom of the third, Rangers up 8-5. Have a runner on first and 2 out. Catcher Ethan Gonzalez is up now with a 2-0 count. Robbie Vela sends a pitch that's sent in a rope, well, a soft rope to right field. Brooks rounds second, then scrambles back on the third hit today for Ethan Gonzalez. Couple of singles and a double, 3 hits to his credit. Courtesy runner again for him is Cade Hansen. So the Rangers now have 2 on and 2 out, and Christian Keller, who has a home run and a double to his credit.
Now batting for the Rangers, right fielder, 21, Christian Keller.
Christian Keller with a 2-run home run and an RBI double. That ball's way outside by Vela. The runner's on first and second. There are 2 down. The right fielder Christian Keller bats for the 3rd time here in the 3rd inning. Rangers up 8-5. There's a ball hit hard to center field. Actually not hit as hard as they thought. It'll come in and bounce in front of the center fielder. Palomino will throw to third. The runner is safe there. And scrambling into second base is Keller with a single and a run batted in. Brooks scores from second on the single. Gonzalez makes it to third. Keller works to second on the throw to third. Brings up the third baseman, John Garza.
Now batting for the Rangers, number 8, third baseman, John Garza.
He's been on base today twice with a walk and a hit by pitch. First pitch by Vela is a breaking ball over for strike 1. First batter he's gotten ahead in the count in several. Robbie Vela, the sophomore who came in relief of the freshman Lance Gorman who started today. There's strike 2 as he's quickly ahead in the count to Garza. Vela, a sophomore who's pitched in now his 7th game this season, has runners on second and third with 2 out. He's got an 0-2 pitch coming to John Garza. That one low and away. Ball 1. Ruff is on deck. Garza has a chance to drive in a couple of runs here. 2 runs in on the inning, so we've got half of what they had on a 4-run spot in the top of the inning. We've had 2. Garza sends it back up the middle. A couple of hops, it's through. 2 runs will score on a 2-run single by Garza. He'll stay at first after the throw comes home. That was what you call a seeing eye hit, as it just got past the shortstop on the 17th bounce. The 2-run single puts the Rangers up by 4, up by 6, 11-5, pardon me. The 2-run single. And they'll change pitchers again, as Vela is out. And their third pitcher of the game here in the third inning. Looks like 17. We'll take a break and talk about him when we come back. The Rangers lead at 11-5 on the Rangers Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
A 2-run single by John Garza has put the Rangers up 11-5 as they bat in the bottom of the third. The new pitcher for Brandeis is Jesse Martinez, another sophomore, so a freshman and 2 sophomores have been their choice to pitch tonight. His stats on the season, 21 innings. This is his 11th game. He started once, has a couple of saves, has struck out 16 and walked 14. 18 and 16 in 21 innings. His ERA is 4.67.
Shortstop, Ryan Ruff.
So Martinez is on to face the shortstop of the Rangers, senior Ryan Ruff. He's been hit by a pitch and popped out to first in 2 plate appearances. He bats with a runner on first and 2 out. That's Garza, who singled 2 runners home. Takes an off-speed pitch low for ball 1. Jesse Martinez, the sophomore right-hander. Fastball low for ball 2. Ruff, takes it. 2 outs, a runner on first, 4 runs in. Each team has scored 4 runs in the third now as the Rangers answered the Broncos. And move their lead back to 6. There's ball 3 on a ball in the dirt. He's in danger of walking his first batter. Head coach Eric Jupe and his 15-11 Brandeis team finished 4th in their district, but has had some young arms this season he's had to count on. Martinez, straight overhand, comes in with strike 1. Giving up 20 hits in 21 innings. His 3-1 delivery. It's on the way home. In the air by Ruff towards center field. Shortstop going out. Shortstop will make the play. Jordan comes up with the catch. Pop out to the shortstop is out number 3. Rangers score 4 times.
All right, after 3 complete.
4 hits.
11.
1 runner left on base.
Broncos 5.
It's 11-5 Rangers as we head to the 4th on the Rangers Sports Network.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi Score Quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Maybe you're a power user with a modern home office and all the latest tech. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
Since 1966, Mid-Tex Oil has kept the Lone Star State moving. Local businesses and industry count on Mid-Tex Oil to deliver the highest quality fuel and fluids reliably and responsibly. And we know you rely on Mid-Tex Oil to be where you need us, when you need us. Fisher's, Pit Stop, Blue Sky. We are Mid-Tex Oil.
Back to Ranger Field. The Rangers lead it 11-5 as we head to the fourth, and the Rangers have brought in another pitcher, Dylan Domel. His record 3-0 on the season. This is his 9th game pitched. 3-0 record, a 1.64 ERA, 28 strikeouts and 5 walks in 25 2/3 innings. So the big right-hander.
Up first for the Broncos. All right, here we go, Dylan. This is right fielder number 14, Will Foss.
We'll begin with the 9-hole hitter, Will Foss, the right fielder. Looks at strike one. Dylan Domel. Another fastball for strike two. Domel waits. The right-hander to the wind. Slider gets him swinging. First out of the fourth inning on the strikeout by Will Foss, and now we're back to the top of the order.
Bring up the top of the Broncos lineup. Now batting, second baseman number 1, Jalen Flores.
Jalen Flores, who's been hit by a pitch and singled in 2 plate appearances. Domel throws a breaking ball that just misses the inside corner. Flores has scored twice, 2 of their 5 runs. Both times he's been on base, both times he's scored. Swings and misses at that one. Fastball he couldn't catch up to. 11-5, Rangers back up by a 6 spot. That fastball over the outside corner, strike 2. 1-2 the count to the leadoff hitter, the second hitter of the fourth inning by the Broncos, as they try to fight their way back in it. There's a 2-hopper to the second baseman. The throw to first by Hodges is a 4-3 putout, and we've recorded an out against Flores for the first time here tonight. He was 2 for 4 tonight, 1 for 2 now officially, with a couple of runs scored. He scored a run last night as well. The shortstop, David Jordan, up now.
Next up for Brandeis, shortstop number 8.
Jordan with 2 singles. He scored a run, added to his .289 average. Bats with 2 outs and the base is empty. There's a slider. Catches the plate for strike 1 as Domel has worked quickly, throwing lots of strikes. That fastball is sent in the air towards center field. Wells drifts back towards the wall and makes the catch just short of the warning track. Fly ball to 8 is out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Domel. The Rangers now bat in the bottom of the fourth with an 11-5 lead on the Rangers Sports Network.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi score quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Maybe you're a power user with a modern home office and all the latest tech. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
A whole lot of things have changed over the past few months, but some things have stayed just the same. Here at Smithson Valley, we are still making your kids smile. You may not see that as easily with those masks on, but those smiles are just beneath. And when all this passes, and it will, you'll really be reminded of how we just keep making them smile. Thank you for your trust and support, and get your guns up.
Rangers lead at 11-5. We're back to Ranger Field on a sunny 85-degree Saturday afternoon. Chamber of Commerce weather here at Smithson Valley. Rangers bring up the 9-hole hitter Cameron Hodges to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Again, leading at 11-5. Bo reminds me that it was Domel who caught the touchdown pass at East Central on the flea flicker when he was all by himself. He's all by himself here for a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fourth. Now Rangers bat in the bottom of the fourth. 11-5, Rangers up, trying to close out the best-of-3 series. Hodges sends it in the air to left field. It'll go over the shortstop's head in front of the left fielder, and that'll be a single. He has walked and grounded out, forced out a play at third, 5 unassisted. Now he has a single, does Cameron Hodges. Brings us back to the top of the order, and center fielder Cason Wells, who has a home run with an RBI, a 2 RBI double. That ball gets away. The runner will move to second. So Hodges moves to second for Wells, ahead in the count 1-0. So Wells with 3 runs batted in on a couple of hits, a double and a home run. He's hit the ball hard twice. In fact, I remember his ground ball to short was even kind of hard. One hopped. The second baseman, catcher, goes out to have a conversation with the pitcher Jesse Martinez, the third pitcher of the afternoon for Brandeis. Wells waits for the 1-0 from Martinez. Gets his sign, checks the runner. Wells tried to bunt, but send it foul down the third base side. Evens the count at 1-1. Up to 6, thinking maybe he's going to bunt for a base hit as well as trying to move the runner to third with nobody out right now. Looked like he was giving himself up more than anything on that. So the count goes even at 1-1. Again, he's hit the ball hard all 3 times. Once off the wall, once over the wall. Against a strong wind coming in from right field. Swings and misses an off-speed pitch. And goes down in the count 1-2. Fooled a little bit on that one. Gets back in the box, ready again. Right on home plate. The leadoff hitter for the Rangers waits for the 1-2. Martinez, another changeup, goes outside, evens the count at 1-2. Signs come in from the dugout. Wells waits for a 2-2 delivery from Jesse Martinez. On a rope, a single to right field. The runner will round third. Not sure if they'll challenge the runner. They do. He keeps coming. It's cut off. The throw not in time as Hodges scores on the RBI single by Wells. So the Rangers add to their lead, now 12-5. Wells.
Rangers, number 22, first baseman, David De Hoyos.
Wells now with a single, a double, and a home run. Just needs a triple his next time out to hit for the cycle. Obviously the easiest of the 4 to do, right? The triple? Yeah. He leads from first. De Hoya sends a fly ball to left. The left fielder barely turns around. It's out of here. David De Hoyos. An 0 for 1 day with a couple of walks, and he hits a 2-run home run to give the Rangers a 14-5 lead. An absolute bomb to left center field. Brings home Wells, and the Rangers have another crooked number here in the 4th. It's 14-5. For De Hoyos, his 4th home run of the season. RBIs, number 23 and 24. And the coach, Coach Jupe, out talking with his catcher, not too happy apparently about what pitches his pitcher's been throwing. Stepping in is Arguello, who stays in to bat, even though he's no longer pitching. And there's a rope by Arguello in the right center field. It'll be just a single, but it was hit hard. That'll bring up Brooks. So the Rangers DH.
Up next for the Rangers, number 9, designated hitter, Garrett Brooks.
Ball in the dirt. Ball 1. Arguello's single was his first hit. Now 1 for 3 officially with a walk and a run scored. Brooks has batted with a home run and a couple of walks. 3 runs scored for him. Arguello steals second base. Brooks waits. That one catches the inside corner. Moves the count to 2-1. Waits again. Martinez takes his time, finally gets the sign. The 2-1 pitch with a runner on second. Hit in the air towards left center. The center fielder comes over. The play is made by Palomino, throws into second to keep Arguello there. And Brooks is retired for the first time tonight. And that's the first out of the inning.
Batting next for Smithson Valley, number 28, catcher Ethan Gonzalez.
Catcher Ethan Gonzalez now due up. He's had a pedestrian night with a couple of singles and a double. He scored twice. And he bats with a runner on second and 1 out. Rangers up 14-5. As we get close to the 5th, 1 more run would be handy. That fastball catches the inside corner. Not sure many of the fans agreed with it. It's strike 1 nonetheless. Rangers, with their 3rd crooked number in 4 innings, continue to bat in the bottom of the 4th. Gonzalez asks for time. Now digs back in. Martinez tries to get his sign. Goes to the stretch. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. evens the count at 1-1. We call this aces on the scoreboard with 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 runner on. Martinez again to the stretch. Another one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. It'll go back to the fence. Arguello will hold himself at third as this catcher slides in the gravel to a stop. Count goes to 2-1 to Ethan Gonzalez. And 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double to his credit so far tonight. He had 1 hit last night and 3 at bats. So was that 4 for 6 now? On the playoff weekend for the sophomore, there's another ball in the dirt. Count goes to 3-1. Martinez now struggling to find the strike zone. Runner on third, 1 out. Gonzalez a chance to drive in a run. The infield comes in, but the pitch is ball 4. So Ethan Gonzalez continues his perfect day. Runners on the corners now with 1 out, and Christian Keller, the right fielder, comes back in. Courtesy runner
for the catcher, number 20, Cade Hansen.
Cade Hansen comes in for Gonzalez again. So when I say that Gonzalez has scored twice, those probably have both been courtesy runner scores. Keller with a 2-run home run, an RBI double, and an RBI single to his credit. So the 5 and 6 hole hitters officially 6 for 6 with 4 runs batted in. Good production from the middle of the lineup. Keller takes ball 1 from Martinez with runners on the corners and 1 out. Third baseman and first baseman in on the edge of the grass. First baseman holding the runner. Middle infielders back at double play depth. 1-0 deliveries, low and inside. The runner won't come home, but going to second base is Gonzalez, or the runner Hansen. So runners now on second and third with 1 out. Keller ahead in the count at 2-0. Gets the sign from the bench. Keller now waits. Martinez out of the windup. This one's popped up on the infield. Looks like the second baseman, Flores, shining his eyes, will have a chance, but he doesn't make the catch. The ball will land fair. The runner is out at second trying to get back to the bag. So is that a fielder's choice out at second, or is it a hit and he's out at second overrunning the bag? Yeah, I agree. I think it's basically an infield single by Keller. Arguello still at third, but Gonzalez is out. 6-4 at second base. Or 4-6, I should say.
The Rangers, number 8, third baseman, John Garza.
That brings up John Garza, who had a 2-run single back in the third. He bats here in the fourth with 2 on and 2 out. Takes ball 1 inside. A big 2-run single by Garza came with 2 outs in the third and matched what was a 4-run top of the third. The runner's going from second. He will steal second base. The throw home. They say he tagged him and he's out at home. So the double steal effort catches the runner at home for the third out of the inning. So that ends the inning. 3 runs in for the Rangers. It's 14-5 after 4 complete on the Ranger Sports Network.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi Score Quiz, you can determine the Wi-Fi speed to suit your needs. Maybe you're a power user with a modern home office and all the latest tech. Take our quick Wi-Fi score quiz today at gvtc.com/Wi-Fi score and make sure your connection is up to speed.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Ferris Orthodontics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Fisher's Market, Sage Capital Bank, HEB, Summerhill Dental, Dermatology San Antonio, and Wick Productions.
We're back at Ranger Field. Headed to the top of the 5th inning. The Rangers lead at 14-5. Rangers have made some changes. Keller has moved from right field to left field. Arguello has gone to right field, so that's why he was allowed to bat in the bottom of the 4th after we had brought in a new pitcher. Dylan Domel is the pitcher with a 1-2-3 4th inning. First pitch called a ball to the 3-hole hitter, John Michael Ramirez. I think we could kind of say that was a little bit of a wicked curveball there. Count 1-1. Domel with another fastball. This one called low. Not real sure. Again, the crowd not too happy with the low call. Looked like Gonzalez had framed it pretty good at the knees. So a 2-1 delivery by Domel. That one low and away on a breaking ball. And he's down in the count 3-1 now. He was ahead in the count of all 3 batters in the 4th. Now the leadoff batter here in the 5th. He walks. So John Michael Ramirez, who has a home run his last time up, earns a walk here in the 5th. Rangers up by 9, 14-5. Don't really need to give the Broncos any hope as we play in the 5th.
Left fielder, Theodore Falkenberg.
Falkenberg, the left fielder, a sophomore, has had an RBI single and reached on an error. There's ball 1 by Domel as he falls behind in the count right away to Falkenberg after 4 balls to Ramirez. Domel out of the stretch, hits him. That one had to hurt. So a couple of runners now for the Broncos to lead off the top of the 5th. And the senior center fielder, Alex Palomino, who's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Gonzalez goes out and talks with Domel quickly as
now batting center fielder, Alex Palomino.
He's put the first 2 runners on base with a walk and a hit batsman. Now 2 on, nobody out. Palomino again walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Takes a first pitch fastball up and in. Domel, who really hasn't had many control issues this season, sends one across there. Again with 28 strikeouts and only 5 walks coming into this one. He's even the count to 1-1. That one slides inside. It's 2-1. Domel to the stretch. That one evens the count at 2-2 with a fastball over the outside corner. There's a rope to left field. Keller will go over, catch it on a hop. The runner will round third and stop there. The bases are loaded now. Good job by Keller getting over there in a hurry.
Next up, first baseman.
Brings up the first baseman, Sebastian Gomez. He has an RBI double and a ground out to second base in 2 at-bats. Number 13, the senior Sebastian Gomez, bats with nobody out and the bases loaded after the single by Palomino. Single hit a walk, a hit batsman, now a single. The bases are full. Domel tries to work himself out of the jam. First pitch fastball upstairs for ball 1. Pitching coach will come out and have a conversation. Dillon, who mowed down the Broncos in the 4th, has struggled here in the 5th. Everyone on the infield comes in to be part of the conversation. Gives Domel a slap on the backside and says, let's go. Base is full in a 9-run lead for the Rangers. Domel trying to work out of this jam. Top of the 5th. First pitch fastball in the air to left. Keller's going to go over, drift towards the line, makes the catch. The runner from third will score. The runner from second won't be able to. So they trim the lead by 1 on the sac fly to 7 for the first out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Trent Williams. 0 for 2 today, has popped or flown out to right field and grounded out to short. Now bats with the bases loaded. Takes strike 1 on the breaking pitch by Domel. There's a ground ball to short. Almost hit the runner. In fact, I think it did. The runner is out. The batter is out. I thought if it hit the runner, though, the ball was dead. I think if it hits the runner, the ball's dead, and therefore the out at first can't happen. Let's check and see. Rangers have left the field. Or did they call interference? Not sure. It looks like a double play because the Broncos have gone back to the dugout. The Rangers have gone back to their dugout. Yeah, I think it's a dead ball if it hits the runner. So the runner going from second to third is out for out number 2. And the runner takes first. And the other runner goes to second. Is that right? The batter has to be at first base. That would be Williams. So he's safe, but the runner is out, and that's 2 outs. I believe that's what they have called here. 2 outs, still 2 on. Rangers not out of the jam yet. Because when the ball hits a base runner, he is out, but the ball then becomes dead.
After the dead ball out, runners at first and second.
So,
batter moving to third, runner moving to third is out.
Falkenberg is out going to third for the second out of the inning. That brings up Joey Ramirez, the third baseman. He has popped out and flown out in 2 at-bats. The 7, 8, and 9 in their lineup, that's the first base runner that has reached.
Batting number 6, Joey Ruiz.
And there's a ground ball to third. The third baseman will pick it up and step on the bag. Garza gets the 5 unassisted put out for out number 3. The Rangers are out of the inning. They give up 1 run and 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 14-6 Ranger lead on the Rangers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Brenda Bueno, loan assistant at Sage Capital Bank. We want to give a shout out to all the Smithson Valley coaches and teachers for all that they do. Go Rangers!
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless with Summerhill Dental. If you've been putting off going to see the dentist out of fear, I want you to know that it's time to go see your dentist. We have a procedure in place on how we intake patients and how we handle all patients to make sure everybody's experience here at our office is safe and productive. People have been afraid to go to the dentist just for a routine cleaning, but we've got you covered. It's time to come back and see your dentist. Summerhill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
What's your Wi-Fi score? With the GVTC Wi-Fi.
Back to Ranger Field. It looks like another new pitcher for number 18. Evan Kahaha. K-A-U-H-A-A-H-A-A. Kahuhaha. Evan's going to be on the mound for the Broncos here in the bottom of the 5th. Another new pitcher.
Broncos number 18, Evan Kahuhaha.
Yeah. We're having fun here. You know, the best part of a baseball game, I say this every time I call a baseball or softball game, out in these baseball, softball fields, the best part of the game is the between innings music, as it is always standout no matter where you go. And if you're at a baseball game and they're not playing good music between innings, you need to get after whoever's doing it, because it's always good when I'm there. Garza will lead it off. Garza, Ruff, and Hodges due up for the Rangers. And they will face Evan Kahuhaha for the first time. See what his numbers look like. Evan, by the way, is a junior. Has pitched 6 2/3 innings.
Leading off for the Rangers,
this
number
is
8,
6th game he's played in.
John Garza.
Looks like he's 1-0 as a pitcher with an ERA of 6.30. Nine strikeouts and 13 walks in 6 2/3 innings. The burly right-hander throws strike 1 to John Garza, who leads off the Rangers' 5th. A couple of runs would make it a 10-run game after 5 innings, and could put an end to this one, advancing the Rangers to the next round. Swinging and fouling this one down the first baseline. Garza goes to 0-2. So Evan will bring an 0-2 pitch. There's another foul down the first base line. So this opening round playoff series is a best-of-3 series. The Rangers trying to close it out here at home. Lead at 14-6. The 0-2 pitch upstairs. Ha-hoo-ha-ha. Again out of the stretch to the leadoff hitter for the Rangers, John Garza. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen right at us in the prep box. Ruff is on deck. Hodges in the hole for the Rangers. 7, 8, and 9 to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Again to the stretch. And the 1-2 delivery. Outside, evens the count at 2-2. So down 0-2. Garza's got the count back at least even at 2-2 to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th. Rangers lead at 14-6. 6 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth. Rangers with 3 crooked numbers up so far in their 14. I can tell you one thing, the game has slowed down immensely right here in the bottom of the 5th. Evan is not working fast at all. There's a ground ball towards second. Second big hop. The throw to first. Flores to Gomez. It's the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Brings up Ryan Ruff, senior shortstop. He's been hit by a pitch, popped up to the first baseman, and then popped up to the shortstop. 0 for 2 officially. Has scored a run. Bats with 1 out and the base is empty here in the bottom of the 5th. Again, the Rangers get 2 runs here and the game is over. Fastball on the inside corner by Ha-Hoo-Ha-Ha. Fastball's a little bit upstairs, and he evens the count at 1-1. Rangers need a base runner. A couple of base runners and 2 runs to end this one. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball outer half. Ruff made his effort to hit one hard somewhere. Now with the count moving to 1-2, he'll no doubt try to put this one in play. He gave it a rip. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the stretch. There's a fly ball to left. The left fielder, Falkenberg, goes back and watches it hit off the wall. It'll be a double for Ruff. Did that hit the pole or hit the wall? That's the question. Did it hit the pole or hit the wall? Our umpires are going to converse here. It's a home run. So he hits a home run, does Ryan Ruff. His 5th of the season and 2nd in as many nights. This one goes over left center and puts the Rangers up by 9 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. After holding an 0-2 collar so far tonight, Ruff gets on the board with a home run. Again, he hit one last night, one of his 2 hits. His 5th, my voice is not changing, 5th home run of the night, or 5th home run of the season for Ryan Ruff, the senior. Doing everything he can to propel the Rangers in the playoffs. Rangers now up by 9, 15-6, 1 run shy of concluding this best-of-3 series over Brandeis. Their 4th pitcher on for the night is Evan Kahuhaha. Pitches with one out and the base is empty, and there's a swing and a miss by Cameron Hodges for strike one. Wells and De Hoyos due on deck and in the hole. Hodges waits for the 0-1, and that one's down low, evens the count at 1-1. That was Hodges' first hit of the weekend. Again, he had walked and grounded out 2 previous at-bats. I'm sorry, Hodges had his first hit of the weekend last at-bat after walking and grounding to third. He now bats with a 2-1 count. Base is empty after the rough home run. Swings and misses. And an off-speed pitch down in the dirt. Count is even at 2-2 now. Rangers with a run in have made it 15-6. Now with one out, Hodges swings and misses at strike 3. Goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Cason Wells due up now. He's hit the ball hard 4 times, 3 times for hits. A double, a single, and a home run for Cason Wells. He's also grounded out to second. Just a triple shy of the cycle. Bats here with 2 outs, and the base is empty. A 9-run lead for the Rangers. The wind and the pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Wells 0 for 4 last night, has broke out today. Fouls this one back to the screen, evens the count at 1-1. The junior with 6 home runs this season. He does have 7 triples this year. 10 doubles. Now 28 runs batted in, and there's a single to left field. Right in front of the left fielder, he'll have his 4th hit of the night. So a 2-out single by Wells brings up the sophomore David De Hoyos, who has a couple of walks, a ground out, and a 2-run home run. Coach Kale puts the signs on. De Hoyos and Wells both give a look. So 2 outs and a runner on first. Rangers are 1 run away from ending it right here. Wells takes his lead. It's a good lead. It's not going. It's a ball upstairs to De Hoyos. His 2-run home run back in the 4th was a shot that the outfielders both just turned and watched. Swings and misses at a breaking ball low. Wells is moving and takes second base. Count goes even at 1-1. Foul ball back to the screen, makes it 1-2 with a runner on second and 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, pardon me. Rangers lead at 15-6, can close it with a run here. Now with a runner at second base, a single would likely bring home Wells. With 2 outs, he'll be on the run if De Hoyos can put it in the outfield. De Hoyos waits for the 1-2 pitch from Evan Kahuhaha. A Fly ball to right center. It's got some carry. The center fielder, Palomino, goes back to the wall. It's off the wall. Wells will score, and the Rangers will close it out 16-6 and advance to the second round of the playoffs. The sophomore brings home the junior. Wells scores from second on the double, and the Rangers, with 2 runs in the inning, win it 16-6. Rangers will likely play again next Friday night at a team to be determined. So that'll wrap it up. Again, congratulations to the Rangers. With a 16-6 win, they go to 27-4. Are the 10-run rule, 16-6. Crooked numbers all around, with 6 in the first, 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 2 more in the fifth after a single run in the second. The Rangers advance in the playoffs with the 16-6 win over the Broncos of Brandeis High School. What a win for the Rangers as they advance in the playoffs, and you have been witness to it here on the Ranger Sports Network. So for everyone at Wick Productions, on the great camera crew who did great work again today here at Ranger Field, this is Tony Brubaker saying good afternoon and God bless. The Rangers advance into the playoffs on the Ranger Sports Network.